What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Welcome back to the show that is consistently Corvette all day, every Monday, basically. We are here, as usual, with David every other week. He comes on here to share his Corvette knowledge with us, Corvette expertise, Corvette enthusiasm.
Stupidity and dumb stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Whatever, if it's Corvette, we're both sharing it on the screen here. So
Right.
I'm happy to see you guys tuning in as usual. I see a lot of the same names here. We should definitely get some new names coming in here from time to time too. Would be pretty cool. But if you guys know anybody, if you're in a Corvette club or anything, share this out there. Let other people come in here. I do see some new names popping in here from time to time. Like this one right here is pretty new to me. But yeah, we're still working on getting these numbers up basically. But it's always fun to be here. Always enjoy my time with you guys. And earlier today, I was actually doing something where I was talking with Joe from Solar Performance, and he actually mentioned, he's like, I don't think you've ever missed a Monday that I know of. And I realized I've known Joe for like 2 years now, which means I have not missed a Monday night in 2 years at least. And I try not to, like I said, unless I'm dead or dying, I will be here. And the show will go on one way or another. So I'm glad to realize that it seems to be the same with a lot of you guys too. Almost every Monday you guys are here, and that's awesome. I really appreciate the support as usual. So
there are some folks, Justin, who have not missed a show, which is really impressive.
That's equally as impressive as me not missing the opportunity to put the show on. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the names in here, if they've missed a show, we're talking like 1 or 2 over the period of 3 years, which is pretty freaking good. So absolutely, you guys are the real champions in the comment section. 10 Seconds Z06, Professor Corvette, Seawolf, 24 Seawolf Z06, Dan, Bill Miller, Jay Brazelton, Ricky, Kevin Horan. I mean, I could go through these names, but a lot of you guys, if you've missed any, it's been very few. So that's awesome, guys. We really appreciate it, of course. But
absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. I've already gotten, we just started, and I've already gotten 3 donations for the painted intake. So that's a great thing. We are still a little bit off target for the convertible guys, but let me see what we got here.
Yeah, I just saw somebody tonight said they just traded their Stingray in on a Z06. If you just got a Z06, you need to get in on this giveaway for real.
That's truer words have not ever been spoken, guys. Yeah. So
V8 behind. That's yours. It was V8 behind, but you need to get in on this giveaway, my man.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to talk about the giveaway here in 1 second. I want to address the people who just donated real quick. Make sure that everybody's getting their chances. So James Middleton, you are in for 40 more entries on top of what you already got, which is already a fair amount. So
hey, Professor's new to the chat. Can you explain to him what this is all about?
Yeah, Professor Corvette's very new to the chat, says my wife.
Very new.
Yeah, we've never seen that name before. So
never. Definitely a first.
All right, so James, you are in for, at this point, 120 entries. Anthony George is in for another 40 as well. So he is in for 140 total. And is that it? I thought I saw 3 come in there. Maybe I only saw 2. Yep. And then I did get Isaac Jackson, if you're in here. I think that's Tech. I did get you as well. So at least one person donated after the video was live. I got you in there as well. So we are all up to date here, guys. The giveaway for this month is brought to us by none other than this guy right beside me. And it is, of course, the custom painted Z06 intake. So as he said, for the person who just bought a Z06, this is going to be your best friend right here, because these things are very, very nice. They're like basically like jewelry. So this is this Arctic white or is this the pearlescent white? I can't.
That one actually is the anniversary white.
Yeah, anniversary white. So that's the pearl. Then we, of course, got Tech Bronze, Torch Red, bunch of them sitting beside each other, and then of course the new Roswell Green. So guys, the thing is I could show you these colors all day long. What I'm really trying to show you here is the quality of these things and how great they look. Because if you win this, you can get whatever color you want. Now, you can notice, obviously, in these pictures, especially the real close-up ones, it's not just the intake itself that's painted. The throttle bodies in the middle can be painted as well. Again, whatever color you want. In this situation, Roswell green on the outside, black in the middle. If you want neon pink and fluorescent yellow, you can get that. So whatever, don't actually do that color combination, but you could do it. You could do it if you wanted. I just realized after I said it how bad that would actually look. But if you really wanted to go that route, you absolutely could. So again, every $10 is an entry. $50 or more is double entries.
Yeah, yes, Jay. Red Mist Metallic. Yes,
I was gonna say
it's probably one of my favorites that we do. Those metallics are insane. I actually just sent one out that was a Hysteria that a guy has the yellow calipers. So we did the yellow calipers for the throttle bodies, and then the body of the manifold was Hysteria. It was like a Joker kind of look or thing. It was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. So Red Mist, obviously, Jay Brazelton, would work very well with his new car.
And I haven't had anybody V8 behind do an asymmetric one, but if you want one, I'll do one.
Yeah,
I think that would be cool too.
Yep, black on one side and like red mist or the edge red on the other side.
Yeah, and I can do carbon flash metallic on one side if you didn't just want to buy a yeah. I mean,
yeah, Mark.
But I haven't done an asymmetric yet. That's probably the only thing I haven't done yet. So,
Mark, I actually mentioned this to David the other day. He's gonna be working on getting the intakes ready for ZR1. So, it would be really cool to have you be one of the first ones to get one, and he wants it done in Seawolf, which is obviously the same color that I'm going to be getting mine done in. So.
Yeah, and we can talk offline. You can get my information from Justin, just because there's going to be certain cost options that it's going to have to be a little bit different setup than we currently do it. But I'm working with doing that right now, bud. So get my information from Justin, and we can work it out.
Awesome. Yeah, Ricky says, I promise you I'll buy one if everyone in here can convince GM to make a Z06X. I've been of the mindset for a while now that I don't think GM is going to do that, but it is always a possibility with GM, of course. But I think what the Z06 is currently, I don't think it makes sense. And yeah, that's another thing. If you guys do win, whoever wins this intake, which, like I said, there is a we haven't gotten quite to the point where we want to be. If we get to $3,500, basically, we're also going to give a clear cover for the convertible guys. So if you have a convertible and you want to put this engine cover on your car but still have it be visible, we got to get to $3,500 donated. That way it can cover the cost, because me and David are going to have to buy that out of pocket, basically. So,
yep.
But on top of the intake itself, if you guys take a look at these photos again, David, like I said, he does also paint the center throttle bodies and the actual throttle bodies on the end if you want. Now, thankfully for everybody involved here, if you guys want to go the solar performance route, you can actually get the 91 millimeter ported throttle bodies. So let's say you win this intake, you buy the throttle bodies using the code HPO5, save yourself some money, have those shipped to David. He'll paint them, put them on the intake, and send you the whole thing in one. So you'll have nice.
Or talk to me up front, and I can get it through solar, and that way you don't have to pay to ship them, whatever. So I can take care of it too. So we can do it both ways. But
that makes sense.
If you win, we will talk about it before your thing, because you definitely, if you're going to do solars, this is the time to do it with the whole setup.
100%.
And they look sexy on there, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna paint the throttle bodies anyway, you might as well paint the ported ones. So remember that. Whoever does win, whenever you win, remember that. All right, so Jay Brazelton is in for another 40 entries as well. So right now we got Jay and Anthony George at 140 entries, James Middleton at 120, Charles at 100, Richard at 50, Isaac at 10, and Alex at 1. So that's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries, guys. So I mean, they have pretty high.
Really good chance.
They have weighted options on there, but for the most part, that's 7 people. Like, you guys should get in on this. If you're trying to modify your Z06, look how freaking good that looks. I mean, it literally is going to immediately draw people's attention straight to the engine, which is what they should be looking at anyway if you have your engine bay popped. or your hatch popped at a car show or something, they should be looking at that engine. And now they will. Whereas stock, there really isn't much to look at in their stock. So making this thing look like that, it's going to draw some attention in there. And like I said, you could potentially win for a $10 entry. You don't have to necessarily go huge, but every bit is another entry. So yeah, guys, let's smash the thumbs up button. Let's get to 100 by 8 o'clock. We got 50 right now. We got 15 minutes to get to another 50. I think that is easily doable. We got over 100 people in here watching. So if every one of you guys hit the thumbs up, right there's our 100. Easy. Easy. Riptide says, when is the drawing? The drawing is going to be the end of January. So next Monday night, basically. At the end of next Monday night.
Did we want to do anything? I know we kind of talked about it. Did we want to do anything for the non-Z06 folks, like the C6 cold air intake or something like that?
So, David, tell us what you have. After David tells us what parts are available for a giveaway, which would end tonight, I'm then going to tell you how to get entered and how that's all going to work. But David, tell us about your parts.
Yeah, I have a cold air intake for a brand new for a C6 Corvette, and then the front splitter for the C8, the wide bodies, the E-Ray Z06, whatever. But I have that from EOS as a carbon fiber front splitter. Doesn't have the diaphragms on the side; it's just the front splitter. So either of those, and then there's a carbon fiber rear diffuser for the C6 Z06 that has the veins on it. That's carbon fiber, has its fend. So any of those, you pick, Justin, or let them pick, put it for, I don't care, whatever. But if anybody wants to get in on that, we can sweeten the pot a little bit. One of those.
All right. So I would imagine the majority of people watching probably have C8s, specifically the C8 Z06 at this point. So I think we'll probably do the C8 front splitter. So it is a carbon fiber C8 Corvette Z06 front splitter. If you guys don't have the front splitter, like Bill, I know you don't have a front splitter on your Z06, you could win that tonight. Now, the way that's going to work is the same way as everything. It's $10 as an entry, $50 or more is double entries. But from here forward, if you donate tonight, you'll actually be entered for the splitter and the intake, the painted intake. So if you donate for the splitter, we're going to raffle that off tonight. But even if you do win or don't win, your entry will still go on to also be included in the painted intake. So if you're interested in this C8 carbon fiber splitter for a Z06, right now, the entries from here forward will also get you entered in on that intake. So yeah, let's get entered. Let's get some entries going for this, guys. You're definitely gonna want to do that, because I have yet to see the Z06 that doesn't look better with a front splitter. Now, with all of that said, we do have a special guest with us tonight, and I am going to bring him on and let him talk a little bit about one of the coolest cars, or should I say cheapest, coolest car that we've had yet on the HPO Vet Exchange. Joe, tell us all about why this car is really awesome.
Hey, good evening, Justin. Hello, David and all. So happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, we have the most off sticker price of any vehicle so far we've had on HPO Vet Exchange. It is a one owner 2024 Z06 3LZ torch red with cool gray interior, which is actually interesting combo. You mostly see a lot of the red on red or red on black. The original sticker, $137,000. Front lift, carbon fiber roof, engine appearance package, red calipers, and all new tires. It has 18,000 miles, and it is 37,000 off sticker. The car can be yours for $99,995. It's still under the factory warranty, being it's a 2024 model year. So bam, that is our best off
the first
sticker
one I think the first one I've seen under 100K. Yeah. And it's a 3LZ. It's a 3LZ. It's an awesome spec car, and it's under 100K. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And look at that. It's even got the red intake.
Yes.
That is wow.
And
So
a factory warranty to go to boot.
yeah, guys, if you're interested in that, of course, shoot me an email or shoot Joe an email. The HPO Vet Exchange email, of course, is the same as usual. It's the HPO Vet Exchange at gmail.com. Super easy to remember. But if you don't remember it, it is also on my website, horsepowerobsessed.com. This is a really great buy. And this actually reminded me whenever we were talking a little bit ago about the splitter that David's going to offer as a giveaway tonight. You can see this car actually has the OEM front splitter. So it's like this car is optioned pretty freaking well for under 100K. Like it's got a front lift, it's got the splitter, it's torch red, it's got the titanium colored wheels, it's got 3LZ interior with sky cool gray. I don't know what else you could possibly want, and the painted intake. I mean, I guess if it was a Z07 package would be the only thing that would, but of course that's going to push the amount up well over 100K, but that's a great price for that car.
Yeah, and it is a one owner, as I think I mentioned, and clean Carfax as well. Yep,
Carfax.
No accident car.
Clean title, no accidents. This is the car right here.
Yeah, this is the car. You know, and if you told me just on a spec sheet that it had the sky cool gray with the red, I'd be like, eh.
Yeah.
But then when I see it here, I mean, it works, man.
Yeah.
It really does. It looks good.
It's mostly because it's not overdone. It's just
right. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Wow.
I was very happy with this particular car. I was excited to put this spec up for you guys.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, you're going to see more and more great situations as the partnership with Griswold continues to progress, and proud to say that are they not only the official new and pre-owned Corvette dealer of Justin's channel Horsepower Obsessed, but also of HPO Vet Exchange. So early days still, but you're going to be seeing some huge value. So if you're interested in, really any pre-owned Corvette, our VIP partnership with Griswold will assure you the best possible price and VIP treatment. So make sure you contact us first. Yep. We'll do a warm introduction, and that'll actually assure a solid connection and the best possible value that you can really get.
Yep. So like Joe said, guys, we have a lot to come here with the Griswold partnership, so stay tuned for that. But that particular car, like I said, I was excited to bring that, and I actually saw from Professor Corvette, he asked, but does it have a Joler throttle controller? And I'll tell you what, Professor Corvette, I think I speak for myself and Joe when I say maybe we'll throw one in if one of you guys ends up buying this thing. So if that's really the deal breaker,
we're all in.
We're all in. So if it takes a throttle controller to get one of you guys to buy it, consider it done. Shoot us an email. Let us make that happen for you. So yeah, very, very, very good stuff here. But I don't know. Is that it, Joe? Do you have anything else for us?
Just one more breaking story that you and I talked about this afternoon. So to our knowledge, there has never yet been a GM official production number released for the 2025 ZR1. I've seen, and most of us have heard or thought it was 185, 125, 155. I can tell you through my own personal experience and a gift that I got in the mail from Mr. Tony Roma, and Justin's going to put that on the screen in a moment. ZR1 owners got this official leather pouch and then this authenticity notice that basically validates that there were 110 and that I am one of 110 that have a 2025 ZR1. So I believe we're the first ones breaking that on any YouTube channel or frankly anywhere else that I've seen. So there you have it.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, I think it was last week, it was actually Mark in the chat section asked Rick Conti if he knew the official amount of 2025 ZR1s that were built. And he speculated it was between 100 and 110, 120, somewhere around there. We now know officially 100% from Tony Roma, from the guys at GM, it's 110. That's it. That 110 of the 2025 ZR1s were built. And this certificate of authenticity directly from GM confirms that it is 100% official. So
Wow.
Joe dropping all kinds of knowledge on us. As you guys know, he has the Seawolf Gray ZR1, so he has access to this information. He's got this cool key to an awesome kingdom that none of the rest of us are allowed to see except for maybe Mark in the comment section. So Joe's got all this cool stuff going on, and we're just peons over here, you know?
Oh, now hold on a minute. I wouldn't go that far
Right.
at all.
Right.
It's an honor to be with all of you all. So
Absolutely. All right. Well, Joe, we appreciate the knowledge drop. Thanks for that. And the under $100,000 Z06 for sale. Again, guys, if you're interested, shoot me an email, shoot Joe an email at the HPO Vet Exchange. He watches those emails like a hawk. So either way you go, you're going to get one of us and we will take care of you. We'll even throw in a throttle controller if that's what it takes. So,
and we'll rip the shirt right off of David's back because he's wearing a Solar Performance shirt. So that goes along with it as well.
There you go.
Sweat stains and all.
I was going to say, we'll rip it right off his back. He won't have a shirt to wear anymore.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, Joe. Thank you. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So, yeah, like we were talking about there, first Z06 that I've seen yet under 100K. It's on the website if you're interested. Still has a warranty.
Really.
It's a 2024, which is really surprising me. I thought for sure it was going to be a 23. Really, really good stuff. So hit us up if you're interested. Like I said, either one of the emails, it's right on my website, horsepowerobsessed.com. Mark says, what color was Joe's car again? It's Seawolf Gray. Yeah. Or you might know it as Justin Gray, Mark.
Justin Gray.
Yeah. I love it, by the way. Yeah. The 25 ZR1 Secret Owners Club. Yeah. Those guys, they drink with their pinkies up for sure. So.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, man. That's funny. All right. So I did.
Did he say what VIN was his out of 110? Did he say, or did that thing say? I didn't see.
No, I cut it out. He didn't want anybody to see it. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. I'll talk to him off. I just was curious.
Charles has donated $200, so he is going to be entered 40 times into the painted throttle or the painted intake, as well as the C8 Corvette Z06 front splitter in carbon fiber that David has generously offered up. So that's the first entry of the night that contains. Actually, no, he did get another entry. It was from a David. This isn't you, is it, David?
Negative.
Okay, so another David has also entered.
Nice.
I'm gonna put these separately. So Charles has already entered in 100 times, so he's now going to be entered in 40 times for the intake and carbon fiber splitter now.
There you go.
So I will put that in there for you too, Charles. That way we're all caught up here. Splitter chances tonight will be Charles at 40 and David will be at 2. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy, Mark, that there's only 12 Justin Gray cars and there's 2 in this channel right now.
What are the odds of that? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. So let's see what else we got here.
Yep, let's get those thumbs up. Thank you, C Wolf.
Yeah, where are we at? We got 3 minutes till 8. We got 82. We need 18 more thumbs ups, guys. Let's rock the thumbs ups. You guys can definitely push this over. Thumbs up, guys. Oh man, it looks like we just got a gigantic donation. This guy might be outdoing all you guys. All right, let's take a look here. Kevin Reynolds. He's in for, let me see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Oh, okay, so he's in for 120 entries. One donation, 120 entries. That Kevin doesn't mess around. So, I know what color Kevin would want though. Kevin Reynolds, I'm guessing you want, I think your car's Elkhart Lake blue, if I remember right.
Ooh.
Kevin,
Is
if
it
you're in here,
Riptide?
let me know. It's Elkhart Lake.
Ooh.
Or no, not Elkhart. What's Riptide? Riptide blue.
Riptide, yeah, I love the Riptide blue. Oh.
Yeah, I had a picture of that
Those
too. I wish I
metallics,
would have.
man.
Yeah, the metallics do look really
Those
good.
metallics, they look so good when you pull them out.
All right, so we're good there. Let's see where we're at. Guys, keep smashing that thumbs up. We're at 84
Yep.
now. It looks like we need 16 more. Smash it. We got 2 more minutes. Let's make that happen. We got well over almost 150 people in here watching we're definitely.
V8 behind just asked how much to get in the drawing at Horsepower Obsessed.
Who asked? Oh, where am I? Why am I not seeing that?
V8 behind, just right behind Professor Corvette. He was just asking.
Yeah. So all you gotta do is it's $10. You can go to the top of this chat, and I have pinned my Venmo link, or you can do it right here on the super chat. Every $10 is an entry. $50 or more is double entries. And right now we're giving away a carbon fiber front splitter for a Z06, and it will that entry will also get you entered into the painted intakes. Well, intake that David is giving the channel, which can be painted whatever color you would like. And if you're not sure what that looks like, this is what it would look like right here. You can have it painted tech bronze, pearl white, torch red, basically any color you want. The throttle bodies down the center do also get painted, so whatever color you want to paint those as well. Most people go with black, as you can see, and a lot of people also match the exterior color of their car, but you don't have to. If you want to be completely unique, you totally can. So
yeah, the Tech Bronze was the guy that had a Riptide car that had the Tech Bronze wheels and the Tech Bronze Jake logo, so he wanted his accent to be Tech Bronze, so I did the Tech Bronze to match the Jake logo on the wheels. It looks nasty. I think he's going to be in our booth again this year in Carval, or our booth for this year in Carval, just because it looks so dang cool.
No, Bill, this splitter is EOS, I believe, right, David?
Yes, yeah. And
So
it's new in box, like never open. It's
the C8 Corvette Z06 front splitter you're trying to win tonight is from Extreme Online Store, but it's the same one that Brandon has on his C8 Z06. I've seen a couple of them in person. They are very high quality stuff.
I originally had it on mine too.
Yeah.
I had one, and so this one was actually, like I said, I ordered another one, and then I ended up, breaking the one I had. So anyway, long story short, I had it, ordered it, but I ran the EOS one on my car originally forever. Brandon still runs his, I believe. So
Jay, I got you in for another 20 entries, and for 20 entries in on the splitter as well. So you got 20 entries for the splitter, 160 overall for the intake, which will be done next Monday night, whereas the splitter will be done tonight. So if any of you guys want to get in on that splitter action, like Michael McCurry does, apparently. Let me pull that up here. If you do want to get
Ricky,
in on
that's
it.
I was gonna say, Ricky, that's a really good question, man. So the way we had to do the adhesion promoter to get this stuff to stick to this composite, we tried like wrinkle coats, we tried other stuff, and while it works, it just doesn't look as nice as doing it with like the clean finish. It almost looks, I don't want to say cheap, because the crinkle finish on it from a distance, you're not like, oh, that's crinkle finish. You're looking at it, you're like, what the heck is that? So we tried a bunch of stuff when we first started doing it, and just, I mean, if you wanted it, we could do it for you. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. It's just being, completely transparent about it. It just wouldn't look as good as doing a smooth, nice color with the high temp gloss or clear on it. It just looks way better. So
Yeah, and then you guys can see you could tell pretty well in these pictures the quality it's there. I mean, I had one on my 23 Z06, and I'm going to be putting one on my 25 Z06 here shortly. And like I've told you guys 100 times, if it's not a quality part, it's not going to end up on my car. So I love David and everything, but if he was painting a piece of junk, I would not have it on my car. It's that simple. So
well, what tells you is that I ran on my car. You were like number one on your car, but like, I mean, I'm still running the edge red that my edge red, not the GM edge red, because it's not as good. I mean, I still run it. Brandon still runs the edge yellow on his. I mean, like, once it's on, I mean, it's on. We don't have any. Yours was on for 2 years.
2 years.
Mine's been on over 2 years now. Brandon's been over. I mean, we do it such a way that you're not going to get any, yellowing or brown of the clear, the high tone. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's just like C8 Nate says here, better quality than OEM. 100%. It's way better than OEM.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like mine was from factory. Mine was an edge red intake, and all of my accents on my car were torch red. So the edge red intake didn't really make a lot of sense. I wanted a torch red intake, and that made the biggest difference in the engine bay. It was amazing.
And if you have edge red accents but have the black one, like the GM one's going to cost you $2,200 if you try to buy it and have it shipped to you and whatever else. Mine is way better, and I can help you out with the price on that. But you don't want to do the Edge Red from GM. It's just it doesn't have a good clear on it. The coverage isn't great. It's like they half-assed it the whole way. So if you want Edge Red because you have Edge Red access, let me know. I'll hook you up.
All right, guys, we need 7 more thumbs ups. We got 150 people in here watching. Let's get those thumbs ups going. Really helps the channel, and it's a free way to show your support, guys. Riptide says, Justin, you taking the red carbon fiber manifold cover off? Yes, I will be. So I want to go with the visible Seawolf gray color. So that cover will be coming off. If you're interested, Riptide Brick, let me know. I can make you a good deal on that because normally I think those are $1,100, $1,200. I did pay for that, so that will be. I'll cut you a deal. Who else? We just got another donation from James. Let's see.
Yeah, Jay Bradley said, I'm not joking, dude. The Red
James.
Mist has become one of my favorites when we pull them out. It is absolutely fantastic how good that Red Mist looks.
All right, James, you're in for 160 entries altogether, and you do not want to be entered for the splitter, it looks like. So I'll make sure that I don't put you on for that. That's fine. Just so you guys know, any donations you make from this point forward, you will be entered in on both, and you can win both. But if you don't want to get entered for a splitter for some reason, just let me know. I won't put you in on that. No, Grand Sport is not out of the news cycle. I don't have anything to talk about with the Grand Sport tonight. Actually, I do have something a little bit with the Grand Sport, but not anything crazy. Keep smashing the thumbs up button, guys. Cameron Thompson says, if you do win the intake, do you send yours back as a core, or do you get to keep it?
Yeah, you can send it back to me, and I'll give you a core back. So I'll get. It depends on what they're, because I sell them to a parts yard in Jersey. So it depends on what they're selling them or what they're buying them from me from. Usually it's anywhere from like $350 to $450. But I'll tell you, but you send it back to me, I'll refund that however you paid, or if you want, I'll send you a cashier's check.
Well, he's saying if he wins the intake, does he have to send it to you?
Oh, he doesn't have to, but if you want to, I'll still buy it from you. I mean, why not?
Okay.
It just makes it sweeter for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't make any money on it, but
Cameron, if you want to send it back, you can. And honestly, if you put in, what'd you say you're giving for those, David? Around $300?
Yeah, it was $350 to $450. Depends on what the guy in Jersey's buying it from me. But I mean, I'll give you $350. You may break even.
Right. I was just gonna say right there. If you donate $350, you could potentially win the intake, send yours back, and get your money back. That's a no-brainer.
Yep.
That's a no-brainer.
There you go.
Professor Corvette's asking if there's any ZR1X news. There is a little bit of ZR1X news, actually, guys. So if you haven't seen this yet, I'm guessing you're probably living under a rock, because the GM just came out and kind of gave us the information that everybody wanted to know about the ZR1X. And yeah, we're here at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum where they got the 0 to 60 time wrong. They got it wrong twice for some reason, but that's all right. We'll fix it for them. So the official 0 to 60 time for the ZR1X, if you guys haven't seen it, is 1.68 seconds. Yes, 1.68. It's not the 1.89 they have listed there. I'm not sure where that came from. 1.68. Incredibly fast, incredibly stupid fast. Then on top of that, we also get a quarter mile of 8.67 seconds. If your mind isn't blown yet, I'll let you just take a minute to really absorb this information. So we knew the car was going to be fast. We knew it was going to be faster than the ZR1. Did we know it was going to be this fast? Absolutely not. There was nobody that I knew that was calling this one. Now,
no.
The thing that's crazy about this is that if you slap a set of drag radials on this car and a set of catless downpipes, I honest to God, you've got to be at high sevens. Like you're gonna cut off 0.6 of a second at least. So with drag radials,
currently what's out there, if you did an Eventuri, you did the downpipes, you did a catback,
you're
did
drag
radials, you put some carbon fiber buckets in it, and I mean, like, the crazy thing is that GM pulled this stuff off with the PS4S's, which again is. I mean, I think Steven ran a best of like 9.5 on the PS4S's. So it's almost a full second faster than Steven, who has a Eventuri and a catback on stock tires. Almost a full second. That's just insane. just insane. I mean, I watched that video from GM about 10 times in a row before that
Yep.
really sank in.
Yeah,
because
so
of what they did.
Dan asked, he's like, and that was on the stock PS4 tires? Yeah, PS4. This
it
wasn't
was.
even the Cup 2Rs. This was the PS4 tires. And the thing is it was run on a track or on a drag strip that it was pretty cold out. I can't remember if they said the temperature. I don't think they did, but everybody had jackets on, so it had to have
It
been
was cold.
It had to have been under 50 degrees, and on Sport 4S tires, and it still hit those freaking insane numbers. So imagine on like a nicely prepped track on a nice day with Sport Cup 2Rs or drag radials, you're probably knocking 2 to 3 tenths of a second off just doing that. And
Well,
that's
the
insane.
Cup 2Rs might actually, Cup 2Rs might actually hurt you because they have less sidewall. So they may not actually, so either the 4Ss with that compound or the drag radials. Like I think the Cup 2Rs would actually be slower, to be honest with you. But
Interesting.
I mean, this car doesn't have any problems hooking. It's just freaking crazy.
So the one thing I noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably knows, well, I don't know if you saw my video or not, but whenever they introduced this car or talked about these specs, everybody's, as soon as I saw it, I was like, holy crap, this thing is fast. But the thing that kind of stuck in my head is that there was no mention of this car on the track at all. They didn't mention one single thing about this car being the fastest Corvette on the Nürburgring or any track. It was specifically nothing but drag strip talk. Now, that's fine if you're, interested in doing nothing but drag strip stuff with this car. But I think it's kind of interesting because these Corvettes are always marketed as track cars. I'm wondering if GM is starting to make a little bit of a change here, because we've already noticed, obviously, that the E-Ray does very well at the drag strip, but it's not quite as much of a track car as the Z06. So now we have possibly two different categories going on here. We got the E-Ray that's going to decimate at the drag strip, but the Z06 that's built for the track. Now we got the ZR1X that's going to decimate at the drag strip again, but maybe you go for the ZR1 if you're more interested in just a track car. I think it's kind of an interesting thing happening here, but no official mention from GM that that's what they're doing, but that's certainly what it looks like.
Well, I'm just glad so that way I don't have to listen to the but it's still not as fast as the plaid crowd that comes in.
Oh no,
Like
you're still going to hear those guys. Dude, I reposted a video of a Z06 catching fire after it had just filled up with gas. Okay, the car's sitting in a parking lot, and everybody's like, the caption that was on it wasn't even put there by me. It said something like that a Z06 catches fire after refueling or something. And I got like a million comments saying the same two things. One, that it wasn't at a gas station, so how could it have just filled up? And I'm sitting there thinking, Jesus, like the gas station could be like literally right beside where it's sitting. And number two was, the other one I got a lot was something about how, we're all up in arms about electric cars catching fire, but here's a Z06 catching fire. I'm like, you guys, I posted a video just to make sure everybody understands, to get your freaking recall done. It's like nobody realizes that this has already been fixed. Like I posted it to make sure you guys get your recalls done. It's unbelievable the amount of people that comment on this stuff that aren't followers, of course, so they don't understand anything about this. But they'll run wild with these theories and about the thing not being at a gas station and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you can see this much of the screen. For all you know, the gas station's right here. It's just off camera. And it's
so funny though. It's so funny.
That's my rant for the day.
Proco Evo. My email, I put in the chat. I don't know if it showed. dbmracing2019 at Gmail. dbmracing2019 at gmail.com. There's two things about that video, though, that I want everybody in the comments. Some people have already been talking about. There's two things for being at the track as much as I have with a ZR1, Z06, whatever. Where did they get that burnout? Because I'm going to tell you right now, even in Steven's car on the PS4Ss, if you do it, they say pulling the
no. See, I mentioned that. I mentioned that in my video. That car has got to have, it either has a line lock, or that is something very special, particular to that car for GM purposes, because that you can't do a burnout like that in any of the C8s. So
and that's what I'm saying.
And especially on a car with front wheel, it's all-wheel drive. Like, where'd all-wheel drive go? So yeah, they have
Exactly.
something going
So I'm
on.
thinking there might actually be a burnout mode that is not just
Yep.
flap your pedals that'll take off the front wheels.
If that's
so
the
that way you can do
case,
that, because you can't line lock the front wheels if they have an electric motor and you're on the gas.
well, you
know what I
can't.
mean? Like,
You can't. If they
well,
have a line
Right.
lock on that car, it would electronically disengage the front wheels and allow
Correct.
you to spin the rears. And if that's the case, then what I just said about having a separate car for drag strip and a separate car for track is it's 100% what they're doing.
There you go. So that's the first thing that I was like on that. I was like, holy crap. And the other thing was, with it being that temperature, I mean, how it didn't get squirrely at the top end at 160 on the PS4Ss. I mean, the traction management in this thing must be crazy. Does it? I don't think they've announced it yet when the battery starts pulling power in the X yet, at what speed.
It's probably going to be about the
But
same if I had to guess.
I mean, if it's about this much, still, I mean, by that time, I mean, you're flying. But I'd be curious to see
At that time,
at what-
you're down to the measly 1064. Like
right.
I tell people that all the time, where they're like, "Justin, are you going to get the
You're still
ZR1X
flying, dude.
or the ZR1?" And I said, "No, I'll just cry myself to sleep with my 1064 horsepower. I'm fine with that."
Well, and again, too, the other thing we have to think about is ZR1s very, very soon are going to be coming close to MSRP, and you're going to be able to order whatever else. Whereas the premium on these X's is going to stay a while. And some
while.
of them, I was talking to Steven the other day, some of them are through the roof, like insane.
I just watched
250 over.
I just watched Street Speed's video, and I'm not going to say the dealership
Yeah.
because he didn't either, but I know the dealership. They are charging $300,000 over for a ZR1X on a car that's already almost 300 grand. You're talking $600,000 for a Corvette.
Over.
No.
Right? So is that extra enough to justify that? I don't know.
No,
I mean, I know
absolutely
people that are going
not.
to get ZR1Xs that have ZR1s are like, I'm going to get the ZR1s, I'm selling all my other vets. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a great plan. But
100%.
for, us mere mortals,
Right.
I don't know that would really be an option for me. And I don't see that premium coming down for a long time.
No.
on that
They're not
X.
going to make very
Yeah.
many and ZR1Xs, and it's not because Chevy's going to limit production. It's because there's not a giant market for people who want to spend that much money on a Corvette. It's the same, to some degree, the same science with the ZR1. It's an expensive Corvette. So if you're not in the market for an expensive Corvette, which a lot of people aren't, you're probably maxed out at the Z06. Most people aren't going to go for the ZR1. Even less are going for the ZR1X. So those people getting the ZR1X, it's going to be tough to get because they're not going to make that many of them. And again, it's not because Chevy's going to limit production. That's not what's going to happen. It's just they're not going to make them because they're not going to be selling them.
Well, and in my opinion, with the X, there's going to be no matter what the ask over is, there's going to be plenty of dudes that have FU money that are like, yeah, I want one. Why? Because it's faster than a Veyron, and I have a Veyron, or some shit like that, where it's going to be, it's not going to matter. That market, that group of folks just don't care. So it's not going to be, like I said, like us mere mortals where, stretching to get a ZR1 is one thing, but you're talking 500-600K. Nope, sorry. I mean, I'm going to go buy a house before I buy a ZR1X. You know what I mean? If you're
You're
talking
going to go buy
that
a
kind of money.
mansion before you buy a ZR1X
Right.
for 600 grand. I mean,
Right.
good God.
Yep. Well, somebody, I think it was NBA Live, said that the
That's
180
true, actually.
or 160 is the cover.
Is that Steven Hypervet? It looks like his.
Steven
username.
is
It looks like he changed
no.
his
So
name.
his is supercharged E-Ray.
Did he not change his name? Because that's the same icon he used. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But either way, that this person, I'll just say it for now, this person said they could have built the line lock into the electric motor, and that's they absolutely could have, because all it's got to do is just provide enough resistance
shut
for
it
those
off.
wheels to spin. Yeah.
Yep, just shut it off. Yep, but that had to be a line lock because I've tried so many times. I've seen Steven.
Oh, yeah, you can't do it.
Mega power. You just can't do it like that.
No.
So even if you turn everything off, which
Yep.
I've done that too, it's just not the same. Yeah,
No, you'll get like 2 or 3 wheel rotations, and then that's it. You're done. It will not let you just sit there and spin tire. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. Hot Rod Todd said that they were tuning the car at the track, so it's likely the engineers did it. It's very possible. I mean, they're obviously in that computer a lot more than we're going to be able to be. So I said in the video that it could be a line lock. It could be something along the lines of what Hot Rod Todd's saying. I'm hoping it's the line
turn them
lock.
off.
I hope
you
it
can't
is.
turn them off the dyno. I would if I was one of them dudes. I'd be like, hey, while we got the engineers here, turn this off and let's do a burnout.
Yeah.
Like, I would,
Well, I mean,
I'd be like,
if you want to shoot that
turn it
car
off.
down the drag strip as fast as you can, you need those tires to be warm. So,
Yep.
Rally Roofers, any tunes available for the Z06? No, not yet, but I was just having a conversation with somebody earlier about this. I have been told, it's on good authority, the Z06 tune is coming. And, well, actually, I'll say this. The Z06 ECU has very likely already been cracked.
Correct.
It is not available to the public yet, but it is coming soon. So
I heard they were doing the coding for the interface for the end users, but the ECU is unlocked.
yeah,
That's what I heard.
so they already have it done, but we just don't have it yet. All right, so Proco Evo, he's in for 20 entries on the intake and the splitter, unless you don't want to do that. Proco Evo.
And again, email me, Proco Evo. Email me.
He's in for 20.
Yeah, I knew that, Ricky, and I know they do, like, you have that capability probably in the X as well. I just, like I said, I don't know why they wouldn't have done a burnout, even if they did. Like, I would have shut it off just to do a burnout. Why not?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so again, guys, more talk on the ZR1X because that's basically the big news here for the C8 lineup. There's a lot of information here that GM dropped on us. You know, the 0-60 time, the quarter mile time, the fact that it was all done on the Sport 4S tires. We already know, of course, it's 1,250 horsepower, but somebody actually did confirm for me a second ago that the 0-60 in 1.89 seconds apparently is the high wing time. So the low wing knocks 0.2 seconds off, which is that's pretty substantial when you think about that. But that wing is also pretty substantial, so it makes sense. So you're going down 8.6 second quarter mile time. I think I saw somewhere down here where it might be 8.8 for the high wing. I might be making that up though. I thought I saw that. Yeah, no, 8.9. So on an unprepped surface, the ZR1X equipped with the ZTK performance package can do the quarter mile in 8.99 and accelerate 0-60 in 1.89. So this is an official statement from the GM. What was it called? Oh no, that's straight from GM. So that information is official. 8.99, man, that's interesting that it messes it up by that much. 0.3 of a second. A little more.
well, that's a lot of downforce, man.
It is.
At that
Yeah,
speed,
it is.
At that speed.
But it's what's even
You're going
more.
160 out. You're going 160 at the big end. That wing is like dragging a billboard.
Yeah. Well, what's even more interesting though is that at 60, this has to be a tire thing because, well, for the 0-60 part, because to accelerate 0-60 in 1.68 seconds, and that goes up to 1.89 with the wing. At 60 miles an hour, that arrow's not really even doing anything. So I'm guessing that must be the difference of the Sport Cup 2Rs and the Sport 4S tires. Now, for the quarter mile, the wing would definitely be in.
Oh, yeah, it's like dragging a billboard. Yep. You know, that's like, I've been to that track. I think Darren in here said he's been to that track too. That track is notorious for making great cars even better because the air is usually really good, especially this time of year. But they have some big stones because there's not much runoff at the end of that thing either. If you're watching that video, like there's to be cruising through the traps at 160 mile an hour, it's pretty crazy. So
yeah. Robert Brunn says, I bet the NHRA bans it for being too fast. It's funny you mentioned that because I've been seeing now two different tracks.
It will be.
Two different tracks that have banned the E-Ray and anything that's hybrid. So the ZR1X
batteries.
Yeah, and they're two, I can't remember the names of them now. I should have wrote them down, but they're two pretty well-known tracks that are banning anything hybrid because they don't have the power to put out a lithium ion or whatever the battery set up there to put out a fire caused by that. So they're just saying, nah, we're just scrapping that across the board. So that's the ZR1X and the E-Ray, both that won't be able to go on this particular track.
Well, and Steven's already been kicked out of his track for
as soon as you run under a 10 and you don't have a freaking roll cage in there. And there's somebody was saying earlier that on a drag strip, there's a limit to how fast you can run, even if you did have a roll cage. how fast you can run without having a parachute. And I think it's
That's
like,
what Steven got.
it's around
That's
8
what Steven got
seconds.
thrown out for.
And it's like,
Yeah,
Jesus,
Steven
like,
got. Well, it was the mile an hour for Steven. Like,
yeah, it might
at
be
that
that.
track.
It might be that. Yep.
It's over 150, and you have to have a chute. The problem is, and that where we race, it's it's a flat track, obviously, because but the runoff goes way up, so it really helps you at the big end. But like that's why he got thrown off. Like, you go too fast, you ain't got a parachute. So we can do a private track rental. But on a regular open night, they won't let it run.
It's wild to think about this because these are things that I've never even thought about when going to the drag strip before, because it didn't matter. I was never running that fast. Like, now you buy a car right off the freaking dealer lot and you're running an 8.6 at a drag strip, and they're mad at you that you don't have a parachute or a roll cage. It's like, dude, I just bought the car. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I think I think the NHRA rule book says 9 seconds and 150 is when you get into like certified cages and parachutes.
That's what
he was 150, so they're like you can't. They're like, you got to go, buddy.
The thing is even more interesting is with Stevens, because his is a 25. He didn't have the option for the 10 piston calipers up front, so the bigger brake system on the 26 ZR1s and the 26 ZR1Xs, that makes more sense now, because you're running an 8.6 quarter mile time. You better have some serious stopping force, but Steven didn't have that option in 25. So now he has a car that runs like an absolute monster, but he still just has the same 6 piston calipers that we have. Maybe he does need a parachute. I mean, he's already, what did he run, a 9.1?
917.
Yeah. That's bigger caliper territory.
Well, I'll be honest with you that where we run, the runoff is uphill pretty substantial. So much so that people keep commenting on my videos that the track is downhill because it's an obstacle.
Oh, yeah.
But it's literally a really high slant when you get to the end. So that helps us for sure. But there's some places I wouldn't run that going that fast without having that, because I mean, sure, this car will break. It's fine. It's not like a Tesla where it's going to melt the brakes off. But I mean, still, that runoff comes up real quick at that speed. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the 25 brakes aren't sufficient. That's not what I'm saying at all. They will more than stop that car. I'm just saying that, there's a reason why Chevy opted with the bigger calipers and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, again, you can't hand somebody almost 1,300 horsepower from the factory and not be like, okay, we need to do something about these brakes. So,
yeah. So someone up here asked what you and I thought about, see if I can find it here, what we thought the Z06 was going to produce horsepower-wise after you can unlock it, after you can tune it. I'll start because if you don't have mods to it, so if you're just taking a stock Z06 and you put HP tuners or whatever on it, and you dial up some numbers, I would say you're talking about minimal 20 horsepower max. There's no way GM left a lot on the table for this car, so I would say probably 10 to 20 horsepower if you do nothing else. But like if you do the mods like David and I have done with exhausts, throttle bodies, intakes, all these power making mods, and then you also tune on top of that, now you're talking about more substantial 50, 80, 100 horsepower stuff to really take advantage of the mods that we've put on. Let the car know it can breathe better, let it know it can, the exhaust is freer, more open, stuff like that. I think you're easily into the 700 horsepower mark with the mods we have and a tune.
Yeah, I would go a step further with non-modded cars, just because the ability to put E85 alone in this car,
that's true.
20. There's 20 at least. That's wheel horsepower. There's 20 wheel horsepower easy right there. Easy. I would say, a good tune and just basic bolt-on stuff, you're going to pick up probably 60 or more with the 85 inside. So and where it gets interesting, guys, is that you can add a little bit more timing. This car already has really high compression ratio, so you can add a little bit more timing. You can add a little bit more RPM. Not a lot, but a little bit more.
You push it to 9.
Or the valve train will handle it. And with the E85, you're going to run more fuel. My concern is not going to be, can you make more horsepower with tune it in the E85? Is I'd have to look at the duty cycle on these
Yeah, where you're
injectors
running
when we're
out
on
of
dyno
gas.
right
Yep.
now to see that. I think you would probably either need new injectors or bigger injectors to run E85 at 9,000 RPMs and these horsepower levels. But
Oh yeah.
I'm with Justin, but I'm thinking more like I think tune E85 bolt-ons. You're going to pick up 100 over stock. You'll be like, probably 770, 800 at the crank and probably low 700s at the wheel, like probably
Can
720 at
you
the
even
wheels, something like
imagine that out of a naturally
that. No, dude,
aspirated engine, you're making
no.
800 freaking wheel horsepower, or even
And
crank?
the other thing, the other thing that really I'm so excited for this to come is because and I've got a video coming, taking my Z06 to the track and running it with Steven's ZR1 and go back and forth. The sound difference, even though his car is a rocket ship, the sound difference between this car and that car is night and day.
Yeah.
And I'd love to keep the sound of
Right.
this.
Yeah.
And when you tune it, give it a little bit more timing, give it a little
See,
bit more RPM, it's going to get even nastier.
If we can tune it and keep the car the way it is now, as far as even mine is, because ported throttle bodies, sport cats, exhaust, Venturi intake, with those mods and a tune, even without E85, those mods and a tune, you're looking at between 50 and 80, maybe 100 pickup with a tune. And if that's the case, you've got right around 800 horsepower at the crank, naturally aspirated engine that's just freaking screams. You could probably push RPM limit up to 9,000. I would say that the biggest reason, if I had to guess, that GM dropped it from 9,000 to 8,600 probably is a fueling issue, if I had to guess. So you're looking at at least another fuel pump, maybe different injectors, especially if you're doing E85. You definitely need those things. But assuming you do that, you have an 800 to 900 horsepower monster of a naturally aspirated engine that's going to scream at 9,000 RPM. This car is going to be incredible. I mean, it already is, but it's going to be even more incredible.
And kind of going back, so think about this for a second. If we're talking the math, as this car sits with the mods we've done so far, 630 in average at the tire, depending on sometimes if it's good air a little bit more, sometimes a little bit. So let's just say 630. That comes out to what, 740 at the crank, something like that, 720 at the crank. That's without E85. That's without timing, and that's without more RPM.
Yeah.
So you could easily add another 30, 40, maybe 50 horsepower at the tire, which will put you at that 800 crank horsepower.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
I
can't even believe we're having a conversation about this. Like, I'm still like trying to wrap my head around the fact that you buy a ZR1X at the dealership, take it to the track, and you're immediately going to have to know the rule book because you're going to get kicked out because of it. And it's like the car's stock. Like, and now we're talking about an 800 horsepower naturally aspirated engine that sounds like a friggin' monster. Like, yeah.
Well, and the only other concern about this car versus ZR1 is the clutches and the TCU tuning. Well, if you're staying about that range where you max out the NA, all you really would need would be a clutch pressure controller, and the stock clutches will hold. You can do the Dotsons as whatever, because that's the only downside of if there's a downside to Steven's E-Ray, is that it pulls the boost out at each shift, and you can kind of feel that. But with this car, you wouldn't need to do that because you wouldn't be above that power range where you would be risking the clutches themselves. Like, I mean, Recoil Racing, I think they went up to I think they made almost 900 wheel with nitrous and bolt-ons and shit like that, like with secondary tuning. And they finally got to the point where they overpowered the clutches. But like, if we're doing, 700 to the tire, 800 to the crank, 8 something at the crank, you'll be fine with the stock clutches just with a clutch pressure controller. So that's the only other thing about that. So it'd be just one little thing. But fueling day one, if you're going to start tuning and add more, I'd have to look. I'll look at the duty cycle. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'll look at the duty cycle when we logged it on the dyno.
I bet it's high.
I'm sure you're pretty close to maxing out how much fuel you can put in it.
24 Riptide says, "Hey Justin, have you done anything new to your car, or is everything still status quo?" I did just do the Mighty Mouse catch can. If you guys haven't seen that, I have a painted intake coming from David here pretty soon. I do have something interesting coming from Solar Performance I don't want to speak of just yet, but that's going to be cool. And one other engine dress up thing. I think that's all I have for right this second, but there's still more to come. Oh yeah, there's one more thing coming too afterwards. So, huh?
I can't wait. I can't wait for tuning. The other thing though, people talk like, because I'd be interested in some forced induction on this, but you're kind of getting to a point too. When doing it, like, would the LT7 pistons and rods drop in? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot that
Oh,
it opens
they
up the door
definitely
to.
would. I mean, they flat out said that they're basically the engine's built for
And
it.
that's
So, I mean,
exactly.
at that point though, are you kind of cost prohibitive? You know, I mean,
So you just segued right into what I was going to talk about.
okay.
Is that does the ZR1X and the ZR1 change what we like to do? Buy a car, spend a bunch of money, build it, make it faster, faster, faster. When now, if you look at the aggregate of what you would spend,
Yeah.
right? You buy a Z06,
Yeah.
you put 70, 80 into it, and then all of a sudden you're not quite as fast as ZR1 where you can buy a
Yeah.
ZR1 to be done. Or if you got the money,
And have a
ZR1.
stock warranty.
Does this kind of break
Um,
the culture?
I would say yes and no. There's something you already said a second ago about the sound. So for me right there,
Yes.
that makes it a no. But number two, what also makes it a no is it's not like I can just waltz on down to my local dealership and buy a ZR1. You know, it's like you can't do that. So until you can, and even after that, to be honest with you, I've already thought about this. It kind of removes some of the fun because
Yeah.
what are you going
It
to do
does.
with a ZR1 or a ZR1X? Like, what mods can you do, or are you even going to want to do when the car costs as much as it does and it already has a ridiculous amount of horsepower? Like, what do you want to do with it?
Well, and again, that brings us back to what we're saying. Like, what do you want? Like, honestly, from the factory, guys, I mean, this is go to jail fast, very quickly, very easily. It's not like you need to do a whole lot for this thing for it to be way too fast for you on the road. You know, I mean, let's be real. But if you're that guy that goes to the track or you go to the drag strip or you do those things, maybe you're that guy. I mean, but that video is coming on Friday, but the difference, I'm not even kidding you guys. It is night and day standing right behind the cars when they're hitting at the drag
Oh
strip. The
yeah,
difference between the sound of
yeah.
the Z06 and the ZR1 is night and day.
The
Oh my
ZR1
God,
is,
it's a
as much as
difference.
I love the ZR1, and you know I'm gonna get one, but it sounds tame in comparison. Like,
Yeah.
it
Oh, it
sounds like
does. It
a
does.
baby compared to an
And at the
absolute
big
monster.
end, when you're coming down and
Yeah,
dude, the Z06 sounds
yeah,
like an F1 car,
yeah.
whereas the ZR1, you're like, oh, okay, it was fast.
And that's
Yeah.
you're talking about that on a car that has the catless downpipes and exhaust.
Yeah. Well, and again, too, like, how much more do you really want? Is
Right.
anybody, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, you can go to the drag strip and drop like, 9 seconds. I mean, I would do it just because, I mean,
Oh,
why not?
absolutely.
But most people are going to be like, this car is stupid fast and terrifying on any given day.
Right.
This is good enough. And that's it.
Yep.
Not even touch it.
Z06 Hot Rod Todd said that he just ordered the Mighty Mouse catch can and it should have an HPO discount. I pushed as hard as I could, man, to get some sort of discount for you guys. And I'll be honest, I didn't even get a discount. I bought that can for full price. I could not get them to send me that can no matter what I did. And I said, you know what? I have one on my TRX. I want the same one on my Z06 because I like the idea that it's vented. Whereas the only other one that's on the market right now for the Z06 is not vented. And I wanted the vented one. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to buy it. And then I asked about, if I could throw even a 5% discount. They would not do it. So they know.
And I'm like you. Yeah, and I'm like you. I have the Mighty Mouse on my Challenger that makes all that horsepower.
Yeah.
And I love it. And that would be the only one I would put on.
And like when you mod these cars, like your Challenger, it's modded, you pretty much need the vented capability because that's what's going to build up excess crankcase pressure is a lot of the mods you've done. So I wanted it just for future purposes. I mean, you probably don't need it to be vented for the mods we have currently, but anything I do in the future, I want it to be there. Yeah, it always helps. So it's like Mighty Mouse, they've been great to work with. They're really nice. They make great products, but they did not want to discount this thing at all. So,
well, you know what I need to do too, because like when you guys send me cores back, like I said, I just package them up and send them out. I have to get in there. I'm gonna wipe inside one of these one day and show you the amount of gunk that is inside these things.
Dude,
if you've got any miles on them.
I took that PCV hose off. It's this freaking long, and I stuck my finger in both ends. Both ends, I pull it out. I got oil on my finger. Like,
yeah, it's just covered.
It's definitely.
And again, I know they engineer for it, but still, I'd much rather just not be in there.
That's 100%. That's my thing.
Exactly.
It's like it doesn't need to be in there. Let's get rid of it. Now, some people have asked me about the warranty aspect on this. I'm going to answer this the same way I answer every. It doesn't matter what mod you do to your car. It could potentially void your warranty. Now, why I say it could is a lot of it depends on your dealership. If your dealership's got your back, if you've got a good relationship with your dealership, they'll probably watch your back for stuff like this. Or if you're really that worried about it, it's really easy to take off. Take it off before you go in for service and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
Because the only thing they can tell is if you've been into the ECU. I don't
Right.
care what anybody says. If you've been into that Joker, they'll
Yep,
know.
they will.
Anything else that's a bolt on, you can take it off. They'll never know, especially
There it
this
is.
car.
So if you're worried about it, take it off. If you have a good relationship with your dealership, you don't have to take it off, and you're probably still going to be good. So, but always err on the side of caution. If you're really, 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 really worried about not losing warranty on something, you probably shouldn't be modifying anything. That's that simple.
Oh, and then V8 behind, yes. Actually, my car's the one that has the 3 glass split. It was actually the first time I got to show it in a video was the one I did last week or something. But it looks so good out in the wild. It's awesome, and I love it.
And actually, he won that here. He won that on a Monday Night Live.
Yeah.
So
and when I won it, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. What the hell? I put on, dude. I was like, yeah.
And
buddy,
if I remember right, I'm trying to remember if you entered specifically for that or if it was I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch because I think it was something you entered for something that was giving away like 3 different things, and the thing you actually entered for wasn't even that glass, and that's what you ended up winning anyway. And
yeah. And I love it. Like I said, it's been one of the coolest mods. It looks so good.
I like this. This Papa the Fast Guy says, more horsepower. We are obsessed. I like it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I do love it, V8 behind. It's really, it's another, like, you don't see cars with it on there. So it's just another way for my car to stand out, to have that open black glass.
Absolutely. I have not seen any other car with that on there.
Well, you'll see mine.
All right, guys, we got about 200 people in here watching and only 125 thumbs ups. Let's smash those thumbs ups. We're nearing the end here. So again, if you guys are interested in winning the C8 Corvette Z06 carbon fiber front splitter, that's going to be given away tonight. As of right now, we have 6 entries for the splitter for tonight. Now, if you enter for the splitter tonight, you're also going to be entered for the painted intake from David, which will be given away next Monday night.
Right.
You can potentially win both. So if you want to get this splitter that's going to be given away tonight, we're going to be doing it here very soon. Get your entries in now, guys. Don't wait any longer because there's not much longer to wait. So as of right now, we are caught up on the entries. Make sure you're getting in on this, guys, if you want to win that splitter. It is a really high quality carbon fiber splitter that's going to fit your C8 Z06 without the Z07 package. So if you have one of those kind of cars, this is the perfect thing for you.
Yeah, V8 behind you asked about race fuel. So I have splashed E85 in the tank. You don't want to run full on E85. You could splash some race fuel in if you want it, but I don't see the advantage over that over E85. But yeah, you can put a gallon or 2 in here when you put a half tank in, and you'll be fine. The car is really, really good about picking up that because it's got dual wide bands. But you can splash some fuel, and that's another thing. Like we've never done with Steven's car. We've never splashed E85 in it, which I mean we should. There's 8s right there. I don't know, man. Like we haven't splashed in yet, so.
Yeah, so Bill brings up a good point. He says the catch can on a Z06 is valuable because of the direct injection, where it doesn't have port injection to help wash the backside of the valves. That is 100% a great reason for it. But I'll be honest with you, my Ram TRX is only port injection, and I still have it on there because, yes, it will potentially clean off the majority of it with your fuel injection on the backside of that those valves. But let's just take it a step further and not have that gunk on there to begin with. Then definitely,
and especially in boosted cars, you don't want to get into crankcase pressure and all
and
that
too. It's because it's vented. It helps a lot.
Yep.
Sean asked who makes the front splitter. It is Extreme Online Store. I know for some reason that turns some people off. This is a really high quality piece. It is something that
I ran that exact splitter, not the one that we're giving away. I ran that exact splitter for over a year. Brandon still runs one, so.
Yeah, and it matches nicely with pretty much all the other carbon fiber out there. I mean, it's not bad.
Well, and I've come to the point, guys, if you haven't already, front splitters are disposable pieces, okay? Because they always get chewed up. Yeah. Like, you're going to bang that joker up. Like, so here you can get a cheap replacement for when you finally do curb yours or speed bump or trailer or whatever. It'll happen. So
Window does look really good on David's car. I agree.
yeah, like I said, and I'm not even kidding, man. I was like, I was like, all right, I'll try it because I wasn't sure, but it looks really good. So,
Hanover says for David, did you see that silver ZR1 in Florida? I'm guessing he's talking about drag times, the one that we PPF'd. I
oh
don't.
no, I wasn't down there for that one. No, I've actually seen another silver one since that wasn't quailed or PPF.
Quailed, I
I've seen
like it.
another one since.
It's
That
good.
wasn't quailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and seeing the images of the one Justin did in on the video, and then seeing the one person, I would so quail mine out. That would be the first thing I'd do.
I've never been
100%.
a silver car guy fan, but when I saw that silver with stealth film on it, I was like, man, that's making a good argument. Like, I like the way that looks.
Yeah. Well, one of my friends owns a PPF shop really close to here, like really close to here. And strangely enough, some guy ended up with a silver ZR1 in there. And I was like, is he going to quail it? Like, is he going to put the stealth on it? Because they do XL too. And he was like, no, man. I was like, oh, yeah. And I sent him your video. I was like, tell him to watch this first. I was like, because it looks way better than the way it comes from GM. So
Vlad says the Z06 is absurdly capable, quick and fast as is. Most won't ever be good and capable enough drivers to even explore its limits. Besides, a drag strip is not primary intended hunting ground. You're absolutely right. The Z06 is not built for the track, and even the ZR1's not. But the ZR1X kind of seems like they started to lean into that a little bit, and maybe leaning out of the track aspect because they never once mentioned it in that video. Which, I mean,
I think they have a whiteboard. I think they have a whiteboard that says Nürburgring, quarter mile.
Check.
I think they just want to check them all off.
That might be true.
I really think somebody got a whiteboard.
I mean,
in Detroit. And they're like,
my thing is for that video that they just put out, talking about how great this thing's doing at the drag strip, to not even mention what it did at the Nürburgring or on a track period. I feel like that's such a missed opportunity because you don't want people buying this car or even looking at the car as specifically a drag strip monster, even though it's going to be, absolutely. But also check it out. It can also do this. Like, why wouldn't you? I don't know why that wouldn't have been mentioned.
The video with, again, check boxes. 8.67 Nürburgring time.
That's very possible.
I mean, that would be the best marketing video they could put out, period. I mean, it really would. So
Z06 All Rod Todd says the new word for matte finish is it's quailed.
It's been quailed.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I haven't followed up with him either, so I don't know if the guy actually did it, but I sent that guy your video and was like, you got to show this to him before he makes a decision because it is night and day difference. It looks amazing.
As of right now, assuming I get a 26 ZR1 and not a 27. If I get a 26, which is much more likely than in the 27, I don't really like any of the colors in the 26 lineup. So it's going to be most likely black. With a strong argument being made to get the silver and get it quailed. That's where my mind is right now with this, because I love the Seawolf Gray. Of course, they got rid of it. And I'm not really a big fan of any of the other colors in the lineup currently for a ZR1. So it's black or quailed.
Yep. Well, and, I keep seeing somebody put in there about the GTD, Hot Rod Todd about the GTD. There's a guy locally that got an early GTD, and I've had the chance to kind of, ride along. He won't let me drive it, but ride along with it. But it's not even the same ballpark, guys, as the ZR1 because, again, I've driven Stevens and, whatever. But, I mean, yeah, it's a very capable track car as of its Nürburgring time, but it's not even the same ballpark as far as the performance that you would get driving it around every day on the street. Not even close. It's not even close. Not even close.
Yeah, I would agree. I haven't been in one yet, but it's just simple math. The car weighs 4,200 pounds, produces, a good bit of horsepower, but not enough is ultimately what it comes down to.
No, it's like 300 horsepower down, 300 plus horsepower down.
And it's 300 pounds heavier.
Yeah. I mean, cool, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Yeah, and again, too, like what we're saying, like building these cars for the track or building this, I'm just in awe of the fact that we're at a point where we have a Corvette that will do what it will do on the drag strip, what it will do with the Nürburgring, what it will do 0 to 60. Hey, like
I said this last
it
Monday, I think. Or no, I said it in my video when I was talking about the ZR1X. The ZR1X performing the way it does, the ZR1 performing the way it does, the Z06, all of it, as we get higher and higher and higher into these performance variants that just keep doing better and better and better, it's a win for Corvette across the board. It doesn't matter what Corvette you have. With Corvette, the ZR1X doing what it's doing, your C6 Z06 looks better. Seriously, it does.
Right.
It looks better and better just because Corvette in general is making a name for itself. And this name, by the way, and actually I got to show you this because I came across this the other day. Let's see, where is that at? Yeah, right here. So this is the name it's making for itself. So over at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, we have a list of cars that can do similar drag strip quarter mile times and 0 to 60 times. And you can see the price difference. The ZR1X does it faster than most of them on this list, but the few that it loses to are 2.5, 2.2, $4 million. No, it's not losing to any car that's even close to the price. So the only car it loses to is this Rimac, which, if you guys know what that is, that's like a one-off car, and it's $2.5 million. It would technically lose to this one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. That's incredibly strange. And only in the quarter mile, it's slower 0 to 60. It's 2.2 million. It beats Koenigsegg cars. It beats Bugattis. The Lucid would be the closest, and it's still beating the Lucid. And even then, the Lucid is $40,000 more. So, like, this is where the victory really is. Even though, I mean, it's killing these cars physically on the track, but it's killing them in the price. The price is significantly lower.
Yeah, and you know the thing too is, like, if we get back to what we were just talking about, right? If you buy a C806 now, what you're going to pay for? Hell, we have one on the channel tonight under $100,000, guys.
Yeah.
And what are you going to be competing with when you buy this car? You look at all the, not the big track, the Nürburgring, that where fourth gear was the problem. It's a huge track, but look at all the American tracks, or like the Lightning Lap, right, from Car and Driver.
Yep.
This car is still top 5,
Yep.
top 6, and one of the best. I think it's still the fastest NA time they ever dropped. And you're at $100,000. I mean, this, guys, like, I don't think we understand truly like how far they've pushed
Everybody-
the platform and kind of
everybody
reset
seems
the
like they-
performance for a dollar.
They want the next best thing, the next best thing, the next best thing. At some point, you got to realize, like, even with your C6 Z06,
Oh yeah,
the next best thing's not necessarily always better. And like, it may be
Correct.
better, you know, here and there, but overall, is it really better? So like the C8 Z06 is going, I said it from the day the C8 Z06 was announced. It is going to go down as in history as the C8 Corvette lineup best bang for the buck. It always does. The Z06 is always the best bang for the buck. Now, is there faster in the lineup? Sure. ZR1, ZR1X. But you're not going to touch those cars for what you'll pay for the Z06. Best bang for the buck.
Yep. And again, look at what you're competing with. And they've kind of, even with this one, they reset the performance for dollar metric, right? They just did. Like, it's a completely reset, you know. And again, when you're talking about bang for your buck things, I mean, you can get a C6 Z06 in the 50s now.
Yeah.
You know, put 20 into it, and you're $70,000. You've got an absolute monster. So I mean,
And again, naturally aspirated, producing over 600 wheel in a car that weighs like 3,200 pounds.
Yep. This one weighs 3116 with me in.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jim Middleton says, Jelson, what's your thoughts on the asymmetric car in your thumbnail? Let's just say there's a reason why I've used that thumbnail a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too much into detail. Actually, that's the car I'm going to get. Like, it's going to be that. That's it. What was the other question?
Thanks, Vlad. If you were close enough, I'd give you a tour. I love having this here. And then, you know, I have my delivery stuff for my C806 on the wall over there, and then my delivery stuff for my C606 on the wall here. So I absolutely love the way this garage came out. But yeah, having both of these in here is really awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
V8 Behind says, has Blackout done a quailed Riptide Blue? No, they haven't. Not that I know of, at least. You could easily be our first, though, if you'd like. Shoot me an email if you're interested in doing something like that. I can definitely facilitate that for you. Riptide Blue would look cool. Any color that has heavy metallic in it will look good with
I was
stealth.
gonna say the metallics really bang. Like when Shane did his stealth on his carbon flash.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys, we are nearing the end here, so I'm going to give you 3 more minutes if you want to get entered to win the C8 Corvette Z06 front splitter from David. It's going to get you entered to win a carbon fiber front splitter for the Z06, and it's also going to get you entered to win the custom painted intake that we will be giving away next Monday night. So if you're interested in doing that, you got 3 more minutes to get entered. I'm going to start putting names in a wheel here in a second, and we will give away the splitter tonight. Next Monday night will be the painted intake.
Yeah, and Darren says his C6 ZR1 tops every other car in his garage. It has nothing to do with paper specs. You're right, but I mean, even paper specs. I mean, it doesn't take much to make a C6 ZR1 over 1,000 horsepower at that weight, and it's Herculean what that car will pull off. You know, it just again, you know, we keep resetting and raising the bar, raising the bar, raising the bar. And then I guarantee you 99% of people, if they bought a C6, hell, a C5 Z06 and did light mods to it and got it, they would be absolutely in love. Absolutely in love.
Yeah, so oddly enough, I've been looking for the last 2 days, and I don't even know why. I've been looking for a C6 Z06 on the internet because I want a very specific spec. And if I can find it, I'm going to buy it. And because the biggest reason for this, and I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me, well, Justin, you had a C6 Z06. I did, and I had to make a decision. Either I was going to keep it, and I had to put some money into it because just like David did, the valve issue is going to be is potentially a problem. I want that out of my head. So I'm going to have to put money into it, but I didn't want to do it at the time because I was still waiting on a C8 Z06 and all that stuff. So I might end up with a C6 Z06 at some point. We'll see.
I mean, you just can't go wrong with the car, and it's so fun. Even just do the heads of a cam, like something light build with at the weight. You just can't go wrong. And again, I mean, if I could find a Centennial ZR1 for the right price, I don't know if I'd buy a C8 ZR1. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. Like they are the baddest damn things out there. Like, and then have them all matching. Plus,
that's true.
Plus
yeah.
Nate T-Ray. Plus Nate T-Ray.
Yeah. Is this carbon flash?
It is.
Oh, I thought it was black. All right.
Yeah, it is carbon flash.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if we have any other news here. I did want to say real quickly, this is 2 days ago, of course, but if you guys haven't seen it, happy birthday to Corvette. 2 days ago was the anniversary of the Corvette's making. So, you know, we're all here for this car. So if you haven't yet, go out in the garage, tell your car happy birthday. Pretty interesting. I mean, we there's a lot of history with this car, of course, and the stuff we're talking about today is just scratching the surface of what's the most recent. We don't talk a lot about the history of this car, but lots of history. This thing has really changed history, and it continues to do so. I mean, when they announce these ZR1X times, that's literally changing history.
Yeah. Truly.
Yeah, over at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum again, there's a thread here started with the GM TechLink's ZR1X article. Goes into a lot of detail about, you know, exactly what the car is, the differences between it and the regular C8s, the fact that it is, of course, that hybrid all-wheel drive system, the transmission, all that good stuff. And then, I mean, down here it gets into the fact that there's not a button pad under the front driver's side headlight like there is on the other ones to pop the frunk. The 12-volt power outlet's obviously also not there. You have to actually put, you know, alligator clamps or some sort of permanent fixture to the battery to make it so you have the trickle charging available. The closing of the hood is done like the 2020 to 2023s. There is no soft close or auto cinch on the front on these cars because there doesn't have to be. So you got to actually, push it down. The big 10 piston calipers up front are using 16.5 inch front rotors, which, I mean, just look how freaking massive that is. That is the biggest freaking rotor caliper I've ever seen. And they are using bigger rotors too. So it's like, it's already, when you're taking off a front wheel on there, you got to be careful on these cars to not, hit the inside of your wheel with the outside of the caliper or rotor. Now they're making them even bigger where it's going to be even harder to do that. But those things are just massive. And they say here, during the developing testing, the J59, which is the 10 piston caliper, equipped Corvettes achieved 1.9 G of deceleration from 180 to 120 miles an hour. That's lame. In layman's term, when you hit the brakes, it's coming to a stop really quick. So the 10 piston caliper setup is going to help keep that 1250 horsepower monster under control, which I'm pretty sure as of now, they haven't said specifically that you can or can't buy the ZR1X without the 10 piston caliper. But I would have to say, if you're buying a 1250 horsepower car, you better be getting that 10 piston caliper setup.
Well, and if you're spending that much money on a car, you're an idiot not to buy the bigger brakes. Like, straight up, if you're going all in and you don't, you're a fool.
Totally agree. Yeah, that amount of money. I mean, I was just talking to somebody earlier today about speccing a C8 ZR1, and they were like, "Well, with the way you spec your cars, Justin, you're probably going to be falling under constraints left and right." And I said, "You're probably right." But I said, "But I'm not spending $250,000 on a car and not getting exactly what I want. I'm not doing it again."
Exactly.
So like,
and that's when I said the same thing. Like, I waited 4 years for that one, and when it came, I was like, I'm not waiting another minute. I want it right now.
exactly.
But I will not do the thing
Nope.
for the ZR1. I will
Nope.
get it.
That ZR1 will be every single option that I want on that car.
Yep. Well, Darren says about my off-brand cars not in the premium living space. They're at the detached garage. That's not a bad place to live, but I'm not going to lie. I do come in every night before I go to bed because the master's not far from here and say goodnight to my Corvettes. So that's why they're up here. Good night, girls. See you tomorrow.
Oh my God. Okay.
No exaggeration, dude.
Did you wish him happy birthday? Like I said,
I did actually. We had a little party. We made muffins.
muffins with a candle in it. Nice.
My granddaughter made muffins today. Yes.
Perfect. All right, guys. So no more entries. We're going to go ahead and do this. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries for the splitter tonight. All the names that you're going to see on your screen here, these are names that will be entered for the splitter tonight, but these are also still entered for the intake as well. You're not taking one or the other. You could potentially win both. So don't worry about it if you see
the
your name
intake drawing is next week, guys.
Correct.
The intake drawing is next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me set this up because some of you guys, we got 40 entries for 120 for Kevin Reynolds. I don't even know if he wants this splitter. That's going to be interesting. So we may have this splitter again for next week. We'll see. I don't know if Kevin's still in here or not, but all right.
Ricky, I am. I actually, right before we don't put her on social media or anything like that, but right before that, she got on just to say hey to Justin. She's like, "Hey, Justin." She's only like 2.5, so
yeah. All right. Are you asking me if I have an allocation 3LZ Riptide? I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but I do, but I don't. I don't have an official allocation, but I have a promise of one soon. Okay, so what does I'm in mean? Does that mean that you sent some money?
I'm in.
I'm not sure if he's in.
Good, because we're donating organs tonight, Riptide. So you're in, right? That's what it is.
I was gonna say I didn't get any money from you, Riptide, for the splitter, but I got Charles David, Kevin Reynolds, Jay Brazelton, Michael McCurry, and Proco Evo. wheel is definitely going to be lopsided tonight. Kevin Reynolds owns more than 50% of it. So very likely he's going to win.
Well, as long as Nate's not in there with his one.
Yeah.
So
He'd have this one little sliver and somehow it would stop on him. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and spin this wheel. It looks like, why is everybody saying that they're in? I don't get it. Oh, Kevin did actually get in. So let me add Kevin on here. He's in for 10.
Kevin, how's Val's carbon car going? That dude, that's a nice car. I hope you're bringing it to Carlisle this year.
All right, Kevin, I got you in. Yeah, both Kevins are yellow on the wheel here, so that's good. Somebody throw a number out that's reasonable between 1 and 10 on how many times I shuffle this wheel, just so you guys don't have to hear Professor Corvette accuse me of this being rigged. Just throw out a random number between 1 and 10.
Just do 5, bro.
Yeah,
right in the middle.
You could be confused as a.
Oh, I could be a confounder.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could be. All right, Bill says 4. We'll do 4.
There you go. We'll take Bill's 4.
All right, so here it is. Shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. No chance of any kind of trickery. And here we go with the spin. Who wins the carbon fiber Z06 front splitter? Yeah. Okay, it looks like Charles.
Charles.
All right, Charles, if you are still in here, let me know if you want the C8 Corvette Z06 front splitter in carbon fiber. If you don't want it, I'm going to remove your name from this and spin this wheel again. But you are still entered, of course, for the painted intake. I don't know if you're still in here, Charles, so I'll give you a couple minutes. But if you let me know if you want to take this splitter. If he's not in here, just shoot me an email. And I guess we'll go from there. But
well, I mean, if he's not in here, we have to respin it.
Oh, he says run it again. Okay.
Run
So
it.
we'll remove
Alrighty.
Charles. And we will run it again. So where is Charles here? Okay. Charles is gone now. All right. So somebody give me a number again. Actually, we'll take the next one down from Bill, which was 3. All right. So we'll spin this, or we'll shuffle this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Run it again. See who wins this time. Oh, is it gonna? It is.
There it goes.
All right, so Kevin
got it,
Reynolds. All right, Kevin.
Wow.
If you're in here, Kevin, let me know if you want to take the carbon fiber front splitter for the Z06. What's the speed for the random spin speed? No matter what I do, he wants to point the finger at me.
It's always Professor. I love it, though. I really do.
Yeah, congrats. Kevin, if you're still in here, let me know if you want to take that or if we should respin. I'm not sure if he's still in here. Again, you're still entered for the intake as well, regardless if you take the splitter or not. So
correct.
If he comes back and says that he doesn't want it either, that would be kind of funny.
How many RPM?
Give it to Kevin whether he wants it or not. Just go to his house and shove this splitter down his throat. Oh my god, that's funny. Professor Corvette, you're too much, man.
He's a great dude, man.
Honestly, I probably will give it to McCurry. I know that's you, V8 behind. If Kevin says that he doesn't want it, I'll just back it to the next person on that wheel, which would have been you, McCurry. So, Kevin, I know Kevin Reynolds has my email. We'll just wait and see. If he emails me and says he wants it, great. If not, I'll reach out
Right.
to you, Michael McCurry. And oh yeah, he has the new Z, so that works perfectly. Then we'll just give it to the person who would have won right before. And just so we can see that, you guys can see McCurry is right behind Reynolds there, so he would have been the next one to win. So that works for me. I think that's going to be it then. So guys, smash the thumbs up if you can for me. Really helps. Lets us know you're liking the content. And then we'll see you same time, same place next Monday night. Stay obsessed.
Take care, guys.